Well, hey, it's Brandon. Have I lost respect yet? How about now?
Nintendo, the video game company you can like at the cost of no one liking you. Maybe it's already common knowledge by now. The big name who saved video games from going extinct back in 1985 and made childhoods with their lineup of consoles and video games, nowadays have the ability to make everyone hate you just by being associated. See, ever since the late 1990s and early 2000s brought the Xbox and PlayStation series with their next generation hardware plus fun and exciting installments, Nintendo has had a lot of competition in terms of who has the better titles, graphics, and power. However, while the company making the most sales always seem to change with every generation, the one constant that remains the stereotype is that Nintendo houses more family-friendly content. Pretty much their entire first-party lineup consists of straight rated E's across the board, maybe an E10 Plus every once in a while if they felt adventurous. While PlayStation and Xbox has more adult-oriented stuff, like football. Of course, the most recognizable titles for these things were stuff like Grand Theft Auto, Fallout, Assassin's Creed, Borderlands. The amount of them was endless, and is what makes these consoles stand out to older audiences looking for something a bit more mature. Like, put these two side to side. See, now it's a comparison. I mean, to be fair, some of these games have made their way onto Nintendo's most recent platform in the manifestation of shitty ports. So we're slowly getting there. And plus, it's not like maturity is anything new for the company. On consoles prior to the Switch, we had stuff like Mortal Kombat, Doom, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 with motion controls, Bayonetta, Call of Duty Black Ops. Saying you could only play pussy games on these things would be anything but the truth. And that's very accurate with some of the earlier generations of said consoles. However, that being said, I should probably bring up an era of Nintendo where making these claims might be a bit more of a stretch. God, I miss 8 years ago. Yep, the Wii U era, from 2013 to 2016. If you were a fan of Mario, Zelda, or Pokemon, you knew not the meaning of this word. You all know the situation by now. Poor choices were made at Nintendo headquarters, causing this very console to underperform immensely in terms of sales, labeling itself as one of the worst of all time, despite the thing not even being that bad from a functional standpoint. Well, most of the time. My Wii U did break not too long ago, by which I mean the gamepad just won't turn on anymore no matter what I try. The base console itself still works perfectly fine, however, making it just a higher definition Wii. The worst part is, now I have to buy a second Wii U. Can't wait to explain that to God. Regardless, during the time frame where it was the most recent platform release, Nintendo's marketing strategy was exclusively targeted towards small children in terms of both game lineup and commercialization, making their whole identity looked down upon by the general audience, as well as little kids who thought being able to play a game before actually reaching the ESRB's age rating made them cool as fuck. And it did. See, way back in elementary, it used to be all about the DS. Mario Kart and Pokemon were pretty much a living style. Until time went on, we graduated from the 2nd grade to the 3rd grade, and our age had gained a whole extra number, so you know what that means. Standards have arisen. Except for me, apparently. I was never really allowed to play more of the mature-styled games back then, as I had what some people would call responsible parents. In other words, if the number of years I've lived was lower than the game's age rating, I ain't even allowed to know it exists. But because I loved video games so much as a kid, my mom had to do something. Fuck.
But I'm much older now. I can swear, go to jail, pick female characters in video games, which means I need to start changing up my hobbies and lifestyle to something a bit more mature if I want to gain any respect from the type of people who have looked in the direction of this and chose not to buy it. I mean, for God's sakes, you walk in my room and the signs are more apparent than they probably should be. So to help everyone in the same predicament as myself, here's Brandon's 5 steps to rid you of the mentally harmful addiction that is Nintendo.
Step 1. Realize your mistake. Good. Step 2, you hate red now, so buy a non-Nintendo console like the Xbox. PlayStation will also work, but we're trying to actually change, not just compensate. Step 3, load up any game you wouldn't play in front of your pasture. If you don't have anything like that, just find something really fucking boring, like Madden or Injustice. Step 4, slap that bitch in the console and open it up. But don't actually play it. Knowing too much about a game is an easy way to become annoying. People need to think you have other hobbies. Step 5, unplug the console and never look in its direction again. You will be liked this way. Boom. Look at that, you're now a bit closer to becoming less unbearable. But there's one last improvement that needs to be made before you're worthy of anything good in life. So I would like to bring your attention over here. And now tell me what you think the problem is. that. Oh, look at that. It's money for charity or college in the form of wasted potential. Whoever said don't judge a book by its cover is a fucking liar. Anyways, the finishing task is to just remove everything even remotely related to Nintendo out of your house.
You know, despite the fact I'm doing this for the sake of becoming socially acceptable, I can't help but shake the thought that maybe I've gone a bit too far. Shit, oh shit, I think I'm starting to feel bad. I need to hurry this process up. Nope, too late, I feel bad. Well, I guess I was wrong, which means everything said in the past specific number of minutes should definitely be disregarded. Talk about a huge waste of my time. But I did end up learning a valuable life lesson during the 1 second I was gone from this room. Apparently the video games I enjoy in my free time don't actually have an effect on who I am as a person, and if someone ever makes fun of my unhealthy obsession for Nintendo games, it's not because objectively they're for a younger audience. It's probably just because I'm really fucking annoying in general.